After being diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer in 2020, Melbourne's Tim Buckley struggled to hold on to his sense of self.
It shrunk me because I had chemo and radiation, and it shrunk my body. It changed my face. My legs were like this. You know, they were skinny. I just deteriorated. I sat in this bed for 8 months. I never got out of this bed in 8 months. I went really quiet. I didn't talk a lot. Didn't talk a lot to anyone. I just went into my shell. That's a big one.
As he approached 3 full years of social isolation, last December, Tim was encouraged by a support worker to try a new physical therapy program being offered at his local pool.
Next thing you know, I was booked in for a session at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it just happened so quick. I hadn't been in the pool for years, and I was totally unable to walk. I couldn't walk anywhere. So I was thinking in my mind, how am I going to get into the pool? How are they going to do that? You know, I'm going to fall in there, am I going to drown?
But this isn't your typical water-based exercise. It's called immersion therapy, and it's an experience unlike any other.
We use scuba equipment to be able to exploit the environment underwater, so people can get under there, stay under there, and be supported by the water and exercise.
Tim is one of the first Victorians to dive into this unique treatment, but it's been making waves in South Australia since 2015, when Peter Wilson first conceived the idea while recovering from a near-fatal accident.
I was at work, and as part of closing up, duties was taking a motorbike around the block and lost control of that motorbike. As a result of that accident, I was run over by a car while I was on the road, and it took about 12 months to learn how to walk again. I know what it feels like when your body doesn't move like you'd like it to, and when your head perhaps doesn't be as quiet as it should, and exercising perhaps in a gym isn't for you. Good, have fun, Nadia. Physical activity had to have some sort of hook to it for me, and that's why I created immersion therapy.
These aquatic activities, which consist of everything from submerged strength training to underwater started out as a light-hearted social way for people recovering from injuries to keep active. But before long, some deeper benefits began to emerge.
I had a really serious injury over 10 years ago now with my back. I tried so many different things, nothing worked. Every time I tried something, I seemed to re-aggravate my back or do some form of pain increasing, whereas I don't get that with this.
I had a brain injury, and I had problems with my right side, and it's amazing what the water has done for me. If you're falling, you can catch yourself so you don't fall, and on land, if you fall, that's it.
When you're ready, you can slide yourself out.
In just a few short years, a splash of fun in the pool has rippled out into an award-winning allied health service, registered under the NDIS and guided by specially trained exercise physiologists. University of South Australia Associate Professor Kay Davison has been closely following this program's progression, working on 2 studies to date observing the reported benefits.
People do tend to get what their goal is. If their objective is to get stronger in their legs, then the service can be focused around that, particularly where people have restricted mobility on land for various reasons. If people use a wheelchair, if people have if their function is impaired where they're not able to really move freely, then the underwater environment takes the effects of gravity off, allows them to move, and so they can put their body into positions that it just can't achieve, and it can be loaded in different ways, so their muscles can get activated in ways that's not possible on land. Some of that can be achieved with partial immersion, so what traditional hydrotherapy, sort of lower body or even up to neck, but the freedom of movement, the actual moving through space is still different.
I have what's called vertigo and I can't walk in a straight line. I bump into things even with my walking frame. I walk into walls, I walk into poles, I walk into everything, and under the water, it doesn't matter, I just walk.
Underneath the water, my body changes and more unwanted movements go away. Afterwards, I feel good and my body is relaxed. I feel hungry and tired. Then I have a shower and lunch. It is a good way to start the week.
So what we've got until now is we've got this good self-reported and observational information that suggests that it is really beneficial. What we don't have is a randomised controlled trial to say for certain that the reason people are changing is 100% because of the immersion therapy. So we're now embarking on a randomised controlled trial. So that'll give us a really good comparator, direct comparator, to see, okay, if you have this on top of your normal treatment, do we see a change?
It might have taken me 3 lessons to walk properly with the tank in the deep end underwater, I'd say. And that was an amazing sensation. It was made me so happy that I could do something that I couldn't do before. My physio's telling me she thinks I'm almost ready to start to walk without my frame. And I'm walking around the house, I'm going to the toilet. It's given me confidence to get out and about. You know, I've bought myself a brand new scooter. I go up the shops, you know, and I get around. I'm so lucky that I found it. It's given me everything.